Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Abdullah Patel English High School and DRT Junior College. Let's start by our subject history. Today we are going to start by our last chapter, that is 12th chapter, India Transfer Part 2. As we have already discussed in our earlier videos about the chapter, that is Part 1, 11th chapter, India Transfer, we have discussed what we are going to discuss in further chapter. Our chapter is divided into three parts. Part 1 is social domain. Social domain is related by again three subtopics, that is health, environment and education. Part 2 is related with the sports. Part 3 is related with cultural heritage and tourism. So let's start by the social domain. Now here social domain. The Human Rights Protection Act was enacted in 1993. National Human Rights Commission was established under this act to provide protection to women from domestic violence. The Domestic Violence Act was passed in 2005. 2011 census showed an alarming sex ratio. The state government of Maharashtra banned sex gender protection of a fetus. Lek Ladki program was launched. Okay, so this thing was there in the background of our social domain. This what the census was of the sex ratio was at alarming rate, right? So the ratio of girls is very low. In the age group of 0 to 6 years, the number of girls in 914 against 1000 boys. This statistic was a warning of a grim social situation, and several women organizations raised a voice expressing their concern. The state government of Maharashtra banned sex gender protection for this reason. Okay, and hence launched a program of Lek Ladki. Gradually, the social loathing for the birth of a girl is diminishing because of growing awareness. Now, starting by the next topic, that is the health. In 1995, Pulse Polio campaign was launched for the eradication of polio. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare opened a new department, Ayush, for the development of alternative medicine. So this polio eradication, the transformation of India was born to reflect in the field of health. In 1995, the Health Department of the Indian government launched the campaign dubbed as Pulse Polio. It was started jointly under the sponsorship of World Health Organization, that is WHO. This is the pic of giving pulse polio to the baby. Okay, do bund zindagi ke. I hope you have listened. In your buildings, maybe in every month or two, the people are coming day by day giving the pulse polio. If if any child is not there in your house, so they just ask whether the child is how many what is the age of child group are there in your house. Okay, so this is the system of the government, Indian government, of giving providing a better health to the future generation. So this was held by World Health Organization or UNICEF, Rotary International and Government of India. This campaign was for the eradication of polio. Polio should not be happen in our country. So this is for eradication of it. The campaign was run with a determination not to leave a single child under the age of 5 years without administering polio vaccination. Various means were used to make the campaign absolutely successful, such as awareness camp, home visit, and extensive advertising through various media. Yes, on TV also we can see the ad of pulse polio, right? Next is Ayush. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of the Government of India opened a new department for developing alternative medicines like Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Homeopathy, etc. Since 2009, this department is known as Department of Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani Medicine, Siddha and Homeopathy. It is working for the development of syllabi and education of these branches of medicine, develop research, standardization of medicines. So this is a good work of our Indian government. Next is environment. Now here in environment, the Center for Science and Environment recommended the use of CNG, that is compressed natural gas, as a fuel for vehicle to reduce air pollution. Vehicles with pollution under control (PUC) certificate, pollution under control, were only considered as roadworthy. The pollution of water and food is increasing along with soil degradation. Rahibai Popre worked toward preserving seeds for native cultivators. Bau Katdare worked in Ratnagiri to save the white-breasted sea eagles. As a result of his efforts, the Indian swiftlets were included in Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Sahyadri Nisarga Mitra also worked for the protection of olive ridley turtles. Premsagar Mistry and his associates are working for increasing the number of vultures. So these are the efforts taken by number of social workers to protect our environment. Apart from this, among them Sundarlal Bagona from Chipko movement, Medha Patkar Narmada Bachao movement, Dr. Rajendra Singh water conservation are some of the prominent names. The pollution of water and food is increasing because of artificial and non-biodegradable material like plastic and pesticide. This is also causing degradation of the soil. It causes a spread of various diseases in human, animals and plants that create a harmful situation for general health. So this is the reason that all the activists are working significantly for environment conservation and preservation. Okay. 3 experiments in Maharashtra in the context of conservation and preservation of environment are indeed worthy of mention by Raibai Popre. The first one is the lady Raibai Popre. What she has done on 28 March 2018, Raibai Popre was facilitated by the President of India. Why? Because Nari Shakti Award. She was awarded as Nari Shakti Award. Why? Because this was given by for her work in Kalasubai Parisar Biani Samvardhan Samiti. She is popularly known as Beej Mata, means the seed mother. She has worked for preserving seeds of native cultivators for the future generation, means for the upcoming generation. She has preserved some of the seeds. Her grandson got ill because of the diet consisting of food made by hybrid varieties of food grain. Now the story behind is why she has taken such efforts. So the reason is that due to the using of hybrid varieties of food grain, her grandson got ill. Okay. And vegetable of lesser quality. So she thought of native varieties of food grains to overcome the problem. She decided to grow the food grains and vegetable of native variety to meet her family's need. She began to do it and stored the seeds of those land races. This is Deshi Ven. Bitter grout, that is Karela, spinach, palak, Amaranthus tricolor, that is Tandulja, lalmat, sweet beans, hyacinth beans, pavata, bitter beans, twisted beans, kaduval, ghewda, that is kidney beans, groundnuts, bhuimung, barnyard millet, that is varai, varieties of rice, dhawal bhat, kal bhat, amber mohar, black gram, udit, that is urad dal, etc. She did not confine her efforts only to her family. Means not only she thought for her grandson and for her relatives only, or her family members only, but she has taken efforts for whole of the through micro banking groups, Bachat Ghat. She spread it to the surrounding villages. The movement started by her grew well with the partnership of Bharatiya Agro Industry Foundation. Okay, so Raibai preserves the seeds in earthen pots. Once filled, she closes the pot by plastering its mouth by a mixture of soil and cow dung. This method saved the seeds from insects and ants. So this was a preservation system of the seeds. Before closing, the pods of the seeds are covered with a layer of ash and neem leaves so as the insect would not get inside. Okay. Now in her seeds bank, she has a collection of more than 50 land races of food grains and 30 land races of vegetable. She is one of the 3 Indian women selected as Woman of the Year 2018 by BBC among 100 women from various countries. Okay, so it is really very proudest moment for we the Indian, that our Indian lady has been selected as the seed mother. Okay, then the next is Bhav Kaddare. Bhav Kaddare and his associate. This is a picture of Bhav Kaddare. They work for the conservation of the nature through an institute called Sahyadri Nisarg Mitra. In the year 1919, Bhav Kaddare read about the white-breasted sea eagle as an endangered species. He began his work in Ratnagiri district to save and conserve this bird, as he listened that the bird is missing, disappearing day by day. So he worked in Ratnagiri, as he belonged to Ratnagiri, so he worked in the Ratnagiri district to save this species. He created public awareness about this bird by trekking the sea coast of the district. In this, he found out 62 nesting sites of the bird. While doing this, he and his associate detected some instances of smuggling of the nest of the bird known as Indian swiftlets, that is Pakoli, at Bandra Island, which is located near Vengurla Rocks in the vicinity of the Nivati Port in Sindhudurg district. Means they have caught the smuggling of the nest also. So they have stopped, they have get a hold on it. The nest was smuggled out and sold in foreign countries. There was a need to save these birds and their nests. Sahyadri Nisarg Mitra worked in that direction. As a result, Indian swiftlets were included in Schedule 1, a list of wildlife offence against which is punishable of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. This is a remarkable contribution of Sahyadri Nisarga Mitra. Means a very good hand they have given to our Indian government, Indian tourism, Indian wildlife, Indian environment, to saving environment and our Indian birds. Sahyadri Nisargamitra also work for the protection of olive redly turtles. The females of this species come to Velas Beach, Ratnagiri district for nesting. Bhav Kadre and his associate planned an operation for the protection of this nest. In the first year, they were successful in protecting 50 nests of the turtle. 2,734 baby turtles from those 50 nests were successfully released back into the sea. This proved to be a start of an annual event, Turtle Festival. Hundreds of tourists came every year to watch the occasion of the baby turtle returning to sea. To accommodate them, facility for homestay were developed. The peasants were trained for the management of homestay. Thus, efforts for conservation of nature resulted into development of tourism as well. Means as the tourists are coming to see how the baby turtles are going in the sea. So this is again economic progress of our country, that the tourists are coming to see this. Okay, so the news of this development was well appreciated in Maharashtra. Now Bhav Kattare and his associated are working for the protection of the endangered pangolin and Itak Havlia Manjar. Okay, so they are working in this sense also. Moving further to the next third one, that is Prem Sagar mystery. Now what he has done, the number of vultures is rapidly decreasing in India. So vultures are the scavengers in the nature. Two species of vulture, long-billed vulture and the white-backed vulture, are observed in the region around Raigad. Prem Sagar mystery and his associate are working for increasing their number and to make available safe food for them through Society for Eco-Endangered Species Conservation and Protection, Seascape, a non-governmental organization. Painkillers, a drug called diclofenac given to animals, had proved to be toxic for vulture. Besides dread of trees with adequate height, scarcity of food have also caused a decrease in vulture production. So people working for Seascape are gradually getting success in changing these circumstances, and they are getting a helping hand from the government for providing the food for this vulture. So they are having a protection to the vulture, the two species of the vultures. Okay, so here the people are working for the betterment, for the wildlife, also for protecting the environment, and getting awards for them for the work, for as they are putting their 100%, they are putting the efforts towards the protecting environment, so they are getting in return also. But they are not having any aim of getting the efforts, awards, but then too they are working for the betterment of our environment. Okay, now under the next topic is 1.3 is education. 1990 was declared as the International Year of Literacy. The state government of Kerala was successful in making the state 100% literate. In 1994, district primary education program was started with the main aim to provide access to primary education to all. Midday meal program was implemented from 15 August 1995 in government school, as the people as the student who are not coming to school maybe come in um, maybe come for getting the meal, free meal. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan was launched in 2001 in order to eliminate the disproportion in the access to primary education. Satellite EduSat GetSat 3 was launched in 2004 in order to achieve universalization of education in India. So many campaign has been started in various of the countries related to reading, writing, mathematical skills, importance of hygiene and cleanliness, vaccination of children, cooperative aggregation, and importance of saving money, how to save money. So during this campaign for literacy, some additional problems were observed. Many senior citizens who participated in this campaign has eyesight related problems which were unattended before. Many of the unskilled laborers could not afford the medical eye examination and cost of spectacles. In order to help them, free medical camps for eye examination and distribution of spectacles were arranged. Then people could easily attend the literacy classes. This is an example of problem solved with combined willpower of the government and people. The first district in Kerala to become complete literate was Ernakulam. Announcement to this effect was made on 4th February 1990. Students, see on your page number 103, a pink box has been given to you. Full page is there. The title is Education with special reference to Maharashtra. Means what was the changes happened in the education system at that time was has been written over here. Okay, who has helped, what were the schools has been started in Maharashtra. This is written over here. So your homework is that you have to read and understand the education system with special reference to Maharashtra. Okay. Now the next is primary education. In 1994, district primary education program was started aiming at providing access to primary education to all. This program was implemented in 7 states of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Haryana and Assam. This program was aimed at achieving 100% registration and attendance of children in primary school and bringing down the number of dropouts. This program was financially supported by the World Bank. So how there will be 100% of students. So the first aim, first attraction was midday meal, Shalay Poshan Ahar. Over here, this started in 15 August 1995, which provide midday meals. So as the children from primary section were given facility to cook the food in school was not available, food grain were distributed to each child. Sarva Shikshan Abhiyan. Let's all learn, let's all progress. Sare Shikuya Pude Javuya was the motto of this program. With this motto, the program was launched in 2001. The right of free education was granted to children in the age group of 6 to 14. 86th Amendment to the Constitution of India. The main objective of Sarva Shikshan Abhiyan was to eliminate the disproportion in the access to primary education. Earlier programs like Khadu Pala Yojana, midday meal were combined with this program to make it successful. This program gave special attention to the education of girls and children with special needs, that is Divyang, disabled children. Okay, to achieve universalization of education in India, EduSat GetS3, a satellite, was launched in 2004 for the purpose of reaching out to children all over the country. 6 communication zones and accordingly 6 channels were created. This program facilitates distance education in regional language in all parts of the country. Okay, so I hope you have understood by this topic. So here I would like to end by the chapter. Further 2 topics will be covered up in the next video. Till then, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you so much for